intended for entertainment purposes only. The views, information, opinions, and beliefs expressed in the Really podcast are solely those of its host, Reverend A.D. Black, and his guests, and do not necessarily represent the views, opinions, and beliefs of the Really podcast production team, sponsors, or affiliates. Any advertising incorporated into, reproduction, distribution, editing, or modification of this podcast without the expressed written approval of the Really podcast host is strictly prohibited. Reverend A.D. Black assumes no liability for any unauthorized activities in connection with the use of this podcast.
Topic and events that need some clarity. In other words, make it make sense, you guys. You didn't think we were just going to take your word for it. I know you didn't. Hi there. Welcome back to another episode of this podcast, Really. Talking about after the election. Now, I'm going to get right to it. We ain't got to go all through all this. For those who don't know, and maybe you haven't thought about it, you get my opinion. What we are witnessing is what you would call spiritual warfare. Look, ladies and gentlemen, nobody saw this one coming. Not the way in which President-elect Trump beat VP Harris. No one saw this coming. I mean, convincingly whooped her. So much so that some of us thought the fix was in. He convincingly. They were saying, well, we might not know who won until Wednesday, Thursday. Please, you knew by 9:30. 10 o'clock, he had 191 electoral college votes. She had 80-something. She was not going to catch up. But what you witnessed was spiritual warfare. Let me tell you something. No one could have beat Trump. Not my favorite, Jimmy Carter, not Clinton, not Obama. No one could have beat Trump in this election cycle. It wasn't that Trump did anything different, because he didn't. Trump was the same guy he was in 2016. America did something different. America changed. What America did was, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the story in the Bible where Pontius Pilate offered up Jesus to Passover. They released some criminal. Jesus, they said, was a criminal, and they had this guy Barabbas, who was, some say a murderer, some say is a thief. Anyway, he was a criminal. And it was customary for them to release somebody. And Pontius Pilate just knew. He said, okay, told to the crowd, who do you want? Do you want me to release Jesus? And I found no fault in this man. I don't know even why he's up here. Or do you want me to release Barabbas? The crowd shouted, give us Barabbas. Pontius Pilate was thrown aback by that, because he just knew. Wait a minute. Perhaps you guys didn't hear me. So I'm going to give it to you again. Do you want me to release this man Jesus, who I find no fault in, or do you want me to release Barabbas? And the crowd shouted back even larger, give us Barabbas. That's what America did. What you're seeing is everything that God says is right, America is now saying is wrong. Everything God says is wrong, America is now saying is right. What they said Tuesday night was give us Barabbas. We want our own God. We want to make our own rules. Okay, America, this what you want? No problem. We're going to get to a couple things. I told you it's spiritual warfare. Those of you who don't know about it, look it up, see what it's about. I tried to tell all my friends who were so caught up in white women voting for Harris. I said, that's not going to happen. Oh, yeah, because on that first day that we found out she was going to be the president, the nominee, they raised all kind of money. White women, and I said, that is not going to happen. They didn't even do it for Hillary. They were not going to do it for Harris. But more importantly, I knew this. white women were not going to vote against their own security, meaning their husbands and their fathers. They were not going to vote against them. They're not even conditioned. They're not even raised, brought up to do that. Now, this is going, I know y'all going to get mad. They just not. They weren't going to do it. That's not the way they were raised. And now, in these years, recently, the only women that are saying we don't need no man is who? Black women. Nobody else. No other group of women is saying we don't need no man. Only black women. So you know, I don't know how that's going to change. I don't know what's going to. But here's the thing. We all need each other. Black women need black men, and black men need black women. Everybody. We all need each other. Come on, stop that. You saw it. You saw what they did. Now, black women are out saying, we mad at white women for not voting for us and this, that, and the other. You be mad all you want. They weren't going to do it. Let's get to the abortion issue. This race was never about abortion. I can prove it. Abortion wasn't the issue. Building the wall, immigration was not the issue. You know what the issue was? As they said during former President Reagan's term, it's the economy, stupid. What America was saying is what they always say, what America is built on. Money. They didn't care about nothing else. Look, I have all kinds of statistics here. Look who voted. Okay, we already said white women vote overwhelmingly for Trump. So did white men. Black men, they say 25% according to this. I got my real fancy glasses on, y'all. Hispanic and Latino men voted, men and women voted for Trump. Immigrants who will be back, won't even be in America if Trump has his way. Y'all read 2025? They won't even be here come the summer. They voted. But you know what group really shocked me? Was Muslims. They voted heavily for Trump. Have y'all forgot the Muslim ban? I've never seen so many people vote against their own detriment. You knew what he was going to do, and you still voted for him. Let me tell you what, again, this was about money. It was about two things. Money in America and the way they voted here, all the statistics you see here, everything. I got all these charts. No one wanted to be seen as black. It was a movement against black America. No one wanted to be seen as black. No one wanted to be seen on the black side, voting for black. No other nationality wanted anything to do with black America. Now, all these who, to their own detriment, who they know what Trump did to them before, they know what Trump going to do to them again, they still would not align themselves with black America. Now, the immigrants, Muslims, and all the Hispanics, y'all gonna get what you get. But I have no problem with white women voting the way they did. You know why? I wish black America would vote that way too. When are we gonna vote for ourselves? Stand up for ourselves. Clearly, their mandate was, hey, we ain't going against our husbands and fathers. No way. Why can't we do that, black America? Why can't we stick up for one another? Now, let me tell you something. I really have no problem with that, the way they voted. White women did their thing. It was not an issue on abortion. For one, do you guys really know what the abortion fight is? It's about the 2045 census, where the 2045 census, according to, says that in 2045, white America will be in the minority. And they don't want that. What they're trying to do is stop them white women from having abortion. Since when did America care about black children? They care about locking them up. As you're going to see. What's the first thing day one, what did he say? We're killing the Department of Education. Head Start program. all those programs that benefited a lot of kids, not necessarily black kids. Because see, America never tell you that there's far more white people on welfare and get substance than there is black. But you can't read that anywhere. But everybody has a cell phone. Google it. You'll find it. But you'll never see that on the news. But it is. It is. And so that's what the abortion issue about is for them to repopulate the white community. It had nothing to do with nothing else. But again, America, this is spiritual warfare. But black America, you got a chance to show them something that you didn't need all that. You can be self-sufficient. Look, another thing they did was, good grief, civil rights. Civil rights. You know how they're dismantling that, the Republicans. They're dismantling the Civil Rights Voting Act. Just, you look at states, Texas, Alabama, Mississippi. Read about what they're doing over there. They're tearing it down piece by piece by piece. That's what they're doing. Now, but a problem, one of my biggest problems I had was with my fellow brother and sister Christians who voted for Trump. Now, I told you I voted for Harris, but I told you I did not vote for her for the reasons that most had nothing to do with her being black, female, nothing. I did not want Trump to get any more Supreme Court picks. With him picking such a young Supreme Court picks, 38, 40 years old, it being a lifetime job, my kids will be affected. And this gentleman is getting ready to get 2 picks. He's getting ready to get 2 more. You talking about Supreme Court being stacked against everybody. Come on now. So that was my reason for voting. But my fellow black Christians who voted for Trump, whenever we were talking, I said, well, why? It was always one issue, the abortion issue. The abortion issue. Okay, let me ask you guys something then. What do you do with all of Trump's hate? What do you do with the grabbing women in the crotch? What do you do with the 34 felonies? What do you do with him saying that veterans who got killed were suckers and losers? What do you do with all the hate that you took one thing, because they all said the same thing, abortion. Reverend Black, how can you vote for Harris and the Democratic Party with they for gays and they for abortion? Let me tell you guys something. You were so busy talking about the unborn that your vote damaged those of us who are born. What about that? How did you dismiss everything that Trump stands for? How did you dismiss 2025 plan and stick with just one, the abortion? The white evangelists did that in 2016. That's what their thing was. We vote for them because of the abortion issue. Now, how can a man with such visceral toward just about everybody, what made you think he was keying in on abortion? That was just something he knew he would get more votes. Watch it. Watch what he does. Watch what he does. How could you guys, first of all, where I stand on abortion, God says it's a sin, then it's a sin. But what I don't have a right to do is tell a woman what to do with her body. She will have to answer for that just like I will. Because, look at me. Anybody who's watching this podcast know I'm overweight. So a woman comes up and says, Reverend Black, you're supposed to speak for God, and your temple is old, and you too big. Why are you overweight? Look what you're doing to God's temple. You can say that. Two of the greatest words I ever see is now serving hot. If y'all want to know where that's at. That's on the donut. What is that donut place? I can't say. Krispy Kreme. That sign now serving hot. I love it. No, it's not biblical, but I clap. I love that. Look at, you know good as well I'm overweight. I shouldn't be this big. So that's a sin, according to some. My body, I'm just God's temple, and I just eat all kind of crazy stuff. I eat sweets all the time. I'm going to have to answer for that, according to some. Okay. I've told a few lies. I've been at the gas pump, and I put in $20 and the gas pump went over 20. Sometimes I went and said, look, man, it went over 20. I got 30. Here's the 10. Sometimes I'm like, woo, okay. I've done that. I know you guys. I know you guys come out the womb saved. I have. I've done that kind of stuff. I've done that kind of stuff. I like to think that I haven't done it in years, but I have done it. So I'm not above. I'm not above. I'm not in a position to judge anybody. We all will have to answer for it. But for you to hang everything on the abortion issue and dismiss every other thing that Trump has done, I don't even have a problem. We have a problem with you guys. I see you all on your podcast, and yeah, I voted for Trump. And the Democrats are this and the Democrats are that. Okay. Now, another thing. The LGBT community. For Trump to win so decisively, they voted for Trump. And you know what he's going to do to you. You know the Republican Party isn't for you at all. How did you vote for him? It has to be a spiritual welfare because so many people voted for a man that they know are going to hurt them. Let's switch back to the white women. Now, in states where the abortion issue was on the ballot, white women overwhelmingly voted for abortion rights. Listen to what I'm saying. In states where the abortion issue was on the ballot, white women overwhelmingly 90% voted for abortion rights. With the next click, they voted for a man who was taking those rights away from them. How do you reason with that? Wait a minute. I'm voting against slavery, but I'm voting for the slave master. There's no other way me personally can explain this except for spiritual warfare. It's just no other way I can explain it. That it makes no sense to me the way this went down. The way he won so convincingly. You did not see a pundit anywhere saying that Trump was going to win like this. Ladies and gentlemen, I still see Christ in all this. I'm trying to... Now, another thing, Biden has said, well, for Trump to come to the White House, I think he's supposed to come this coming weekend. Trump didn't do that. Hey, Christian friends who voted for Trump, how you dismiss that? How you dismiss his nastiness? How you dismiss January 6th? Abortion. Really? You hang everything on abortion. There are a lot of sins other than abortion, but you hang everything on abortion. He didn't even invite Biden. The anger, the hatred. How do you just dismiss that? You really think, my Christian brothers and sisters, that God picked Trump because of his what can I say? Because of he's so Christ-like. The same guy put all them people out the park and then held the Bible upside down. The same guy who they asked, have you ever asked for forgiveness? Asked God for forgiveness, who said, no, I've never done nothing in which I needed forgiveness for. You guys voted for that because he was against abortion, against the LGBT community. All right, what else? I had a couple more things down here. Christian, okay, spiritual warfare, White House, white women, black men voted for her. Right, stop that. Stop that. What that black men did hers and did not. 85% of black men voted for hers. That kills that. Stop that, right? I got receipts. 85% of black men voted for her. So stop that they didn't. Black men didn't do this. You guys hung everything on them white women. And they did what they were supposed to do. Voted their self-interest. Let's do that. I ain't got no problem with them. Now, before you get into, I don't have a problem with white women. I don't have a problem with interracial marriage. For one, at my age, I know how hard it is to find true love. I could care less if you find it on somebody who polka dot. If you're lucky enough to find true love, you better take stone advantage of it. I don't care what color it is. So that's not a problem. But now, another thing that's going to irritate you, those who are in the top echelon of politics, VP Harris, the young lady who's a Supreme Court justice, and Clarence Thomas. Nobody want to talk about all three of them being married to white people. Oh, we can't talk about that. Black? Okay. You're saying it don't have nothing to do with it. Let's hope it does not. But 3 out of 3, that ain't half, that ain't 2-1. 3 out of 3 of the top political people, blacks, are married to white people. Now, again, a problem with hers is you didn't vote for. Oh, VP, you never voted for. I can prove it. When she was told that she was going to be the nominee. Biden just passed it to her. Obama wanted to, you know why he came to the party late? Because he wanted the process to be like it's supposed to be. Let's let people vote on who they want to nominate. Democratic Party didn't do that. They handed it to her. That was the second time. The first time was when Biden made her, vice president. You didn't vote for her. When she ran for president, VP Harris was the first one to have to drop out because nobody wanted her. She didn't get any money, nothing. She dropped, of all them that ran for president, she had to drop out first. You run around hollering, she this, she that. You ain't say that when she ran for president. Biden, and check this out, blacks overwhelmingly rejected her. And Biden made us vote for her by making her his VP. We didn't want her. You, me, and everybody else, the black community wanted who? Abrams down in Georgia. That was our first choice, but she was buck-tooth and had a Bush, so they wasn't going for that. She was too black. She was too pro-black. They wasn't going for that. Democrat Party wasn't going for that. Or you wanted the young lady out. It was a young lady out of California. She was our second choice. Forgive me today for this is so late. Forgive me for forgetting everybody's name, but you know what I'm talking about. We didn't want hers. So stop talking about how great she was. You didn't vote for her then. You didn't vote 2 times. She's been in the top chair, and we didn't get a choice. We were made to vote for her. You have that. So, I wanted to come on and want to discuss it, and I wanted to tell you, don't panic. Get yourself a large soda, big bag of popcorn, sit back, put your feet up, because this is going to be good. Because let me tell you something. God is going to deal with America. And you can shake it any way you want. Because they have clearly said, give us Barabbas. I think I came down, spiritual warfare, the vote, the abortion, yes. I wrote a couple things down. Civil rights. Oh, the Electoral College. Come on, y'all. Isn't it time to do away with that? Now this is, again, my opinion. I don't think it's much different between the Republicans and Democrats. America is not built on that. You know what America is built on? The haves and the have-nots. There's no such thing as middle class. Who wants to be in the middle of anything? You stand on one side, either you quote or you're against it. No, there's no. The haves and the have-nots. Money. The phrase "in God we trust" is only in one spot. By raise of hands, who can tell me where that's about? Okay. It is on the money. What we fail to ask, what God are you talking about? Because clearly you're not talking about the same God I'm talking about. In God we trust. On the money. In money. Money is our God. In money we trust. When Trump became, when it was the next day, Wednesday, man, the stock market soared. Jeff Bezos called Trump, everybody. Why? We gonna make a whole lot of money. Let me tell you something. Money has its place. Don't get me wrong. I wish I had more of it. Especially that thing they call disposable income. I could use some of that. But let me tell you something, people. I don't care how much money you have. If either one of us was get a call right now and the doctor said our results came back and it shows you have cancer, whether it's colon, breast cancer, whatever, pancreas, whatever, you have cancer. and you can't get a prayer through with all your money, you can have a bad day. You say what you want. Ladies and gentlemen, I preached a lot of funerals. I've been to the grave site more times than I care to remember. And when we're on our way to the grave site, I've never seen a money truck behind the hearse. You ain't taking it with you. So get off that money. Yes, it has its place. God knows it did. Again, I wish I had more of it. But to worship it, to make it your God, you're doing it the wrong way. You're doing it the wrong way because, again, you can get a call and you can't get a breakthrough. You can't get a prayer through. You're in a world of trouble. So, again, spiritual warfare is what we're facing. It's no other way. Oh, boy. Oh. I have it all wrong. It was, no, it wasn't. Yeah, I mean, I could see how you could say it was a conspiracy, and yeah, it wasn't. No, that man, it is what it is. No, I'm not going down a conspiracy route. No, he just won. Again, I don't think anyone could have beat him. I really don't. Not the way he won. Not the way he won. I don't think anybody could have beat Trump that night. It was his time. God had him there for a reason, and God is showing us. Oh, so you want to worship another God? You want a God of your own? You want a king of your own? Okay, this is what you want. This is what I'm gonna give you. But God's people ain't got no fear. We still, like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, we still ain't gonna bow down. God will deliver us, but if not, we still ain't bowing. Don't you bow. Paul. Hey, if I live, it's okay. If I die, it's gain. That's where we are. But I think this is a very good chance for Black America to show everybody. Because they voted against Black America. Nobody wanted to be black. Nobody wanted to be seen as black. Look at that. They exit. They wanted to be seen, the Muslim. I mean, you take what was it that he just that comedian just told him your island. I can't use the word that he said about the island. Trash. They still in Pennsylvania voted for Trump. He just told you. Come on. No way you can explain this except for spiritual warfare. You just can't explain what happened Tuesday night. You just can't. So I had to list a couple things. Reverend Black, you are on point. No, okay, somebody agree with me. Spiritual warfare is at hand. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody agrees. I don't know any other way we would agree with this. So, hey, Black America, they did you a favor. Because now you can show up and show out. I mean, the truth of the matter, we can rise to this occasion. We've been through this before. I personally don't think it's going to hurt Black America as much as it's going to hurt those other nationalities that vote for Trump. And it's going to be quick and decisive. I'm telling you, by the time spring gets in, not summer, spring, people here going to be spinning. April 1st, you're going to hope it is. You're going to think it is April Fools. I can tell you that. He's going to be quick and decisive. All them boys coming back, and I don't want to name, but golly, some of them boys that's in this cat, you can almost see their horns. Jesus Christ. But blacks will survive. We will. Yeah, and it's no sense. I don't know how anyone could get mad again. All that pointing at white women. No, don't do that. You should have done that. Hopefully, I really don't think this will bring Black America together. I like to think it would. I don't think we've been hurt enough to galvanize us and push us together. But I hope it does. I hope it does. I'm fearful of thinking what would bring us together. So I'm hoping that this will, because clearly they voted against Black America. They did. Every group did not want to be seen as being a friend of blacks, or definitely didn't want to see being black. And so, good. We can do this ourselves. It's enough of us. We can do this ourselves. So Democratic Party, Republican Party, look, it's the haves and the have not. Either you have money or you don't. So, I don't think I have anything in electoral college. We talked about it. Yeah, we went over everything. I think pretty much that I want to go over, that I want to talk. God bless you. Thank you again for allowing me to come into your homes one more time. Here we go, everybody. Sit back, think about what I said. You know you can hit me at reallyadb@gmail.com and tell me your thoughts on this podcast, whether you agree or disagree. I mean, it's just my opinion, like yours is your opinion. So it ain't ain't nobody mad at nobody. It's just how I feel about this and my perspective on this. That's all. God bless you and your families. I see you guys next time. Take care.